Greetings viewers, welcome back to the channel. In part 2 of our series on replacing the valve body in this 2013 Subaru Impreza, we're going to be replacing the CVT fluid. We're going to drain the old fluid out, pump new fluid in, and we will do this CVT learning procedure with the Subaru Select Monitor scan tool. After doing your valve body, this is not entirely necessary, but it is highly recommended. And as most of you DIYers do not have access to a $8,000+ Subaru Select Monitor scan tool, it would be advised, if you are going to replace your valve body, to go ahead and schedule an appointment at your Subaru dealership to have them go ahead and do the learning procedure and do a drain and refill on your fluid. Not a lot of tools really needed to change the CVT fluid. You need an 8mm hex socket for your fill plug. You need a 14mm socket for your drain plug. You need a new crush washer for the drain plug. It's the same as the 14mm oil pan crush washers on the newer Subarus. There's a crush ring for the fill plug. You don't necessarily have to replace it, although it is highly recommended. And that's basically it. Having some kind of pressurized pump system to pump the fluid into the transmission is a great help. You cannot pour it in. You can't use a funnel like the old 4EAT and 5EAT that just had a dipstick and a dipstick tube. You can't put a funnel in there and just pour the fluid in. It has to be pumped in through the side of the transmission case, which makes it a lot harder for most DIYers to do this at home. Now, first and foremost, we need to jack the car up, and we need to get it completely level, or as close to level as we can get it at all four corners. Now, this is really important for getting a proper and accurate measurement of the CVT fluid in the transmission. The car has to be level to get that level correct for the fluid. So with that said, we got the car jacked up, it's all leveled out. Let's jump underneath there and start draining our old fluid out. So guys, things are just a little bit different underneath on the TR580 compared to the TR690. Your drain is right here, 14mm bolt. Your fill plug is right here on the side instead of the rear of the transmission like the 690, 8mm hex right here. Go ahead and crack both of them free and go ahead and drain out the old CVT fluid. All right guys, drain plug and fill plug are both broken free. Go ahead and drop the drain plug out. Let that start draining, and we'll go ahead and remove our fill plug just so it can drain a little more freely. And set those both off to the side. Now that it's basically done draining out, we'll take our old crush washer off of the drain. Put ourselves a new crush washer on. And go ahead and thread it up in place. We'll get some brake parts cleaner and a rag and clean off all the old spilt CVT fluid there. All right, now we'll tighten down the drain plug with our new crush washer and torque it to 31 Newton meters. All right, now that we got that done, we can go ahead and start pumping fresh CVT fluid into our fill plug. All right, guys, so what I got here is a big old transfer tank filled with fresh CVT fluid. I'm gonna take the hose here, put it into the fill plug and pump it up and let it just pump until it starts overflowing out of the hole. All right, we pumped the CVT fluid in until it starts pouring back out. So now what we need to do is start up the engine and cycle the transmission from park, reverse, neutral, drive, neutral, reverse, park, holding it a few seconds in each of those gear positions. Then we would check the fluid level again, see if it's still pouring out or if it will take more. Once that is done, we'll go ahead and put the fuel plug back in and temporarily tighten it, not all the way. We will run the car until the CVT fluid reaches proper operational temperature. We'll remove the plug once again and do a final adjustment on the fuel level. So guys, got the car running now. I just went through park, reverse, neutral, drive, neutral, reverse, park. And as you see, we are no longer overflowing, so we're gonna start pumping fluid in once again until it starts flowing out. All right, fluid is flowing out once again. All right, guys, so we're in the car now. Got the select monitor hooked up. So here's what we're looking for. Our CVT fluid temp, we're at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Our check temp is 95 to 115, I believe. We're gonna go ahead and start the engine. And again, we're gonna go from park, reverse, neutral, drive, neutral, reverse, park, holding a couple of seconds in each gear ratio. We'll go under there, remove the fill plug once again. Make sure we've got just a trickle of fluid coming out. If we do, we'll go ahead and put a new washer on there and torque that plug to 50 Newton meters, and we are done on draining and refilling the CVT fluid and have it at the proper level. All right, so final check of the fluid level is done. Engine running, pulled that plug back out, just a bare little trickle came out. Went ahead and put the plug back in and torqued to 50 Newton meters. All right, guys, now comes the fun part of going through and doing the AT learning. So first we'll do clear memory. Turn the key off, turn the key back on. Clear AT learning, yes, yes. Clear completed, turn the ignition switch off. Gotta wait about 10 seconds. And execute AT learning again. Turn off headlights, air conditioner, rear defroster, eco, yada yada, sport, yada yada yada, yada yada. Lift vehicle up, input, park and brake on, done. Turn the ignition switch off. This is always the fun part. There's a million steps and a lot of times it doesn't work. Hopefully it works this time. Start engine, turn eyesight off if equipped. No eyesight here. Start engine. Okay, fairly press brake pedal and keep pressing. Once engine speed gets stabilized after starting the engine, select the drive range. Carry out drive range learning. Please continue stepping on brake, shift control, system learning and process. Keep holding the brake pedal down is what I'm doing. Go into reverse. Reverse selected. Neutral. Turn the ignition switch off. Start engine, turn off eyesight. No eyesight, so okay. AT learning ended normally, thank goodness. All right, guys and gals, there you have it. CVT fluid drain and refill on a TR580 CVT in a 2013 Impreza. And the AT learning process, although, like I said, not a lot of you are gonna have access to the Subaru Select Monitor 3 factory scan tool to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one.